Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmett. I've always wanted to, I've always, I didn't know, I always wondered about this movie. But now I understand it. So I'm just going to make some quick bullet points. Number one, first of all, the basis for actually all of civilization is so-called Egypt, which prior to that it was we can only refer to it as like kingdoms of Kemet, but only back then is when they started to make the pyramids and anything that showed a physical recording of the history of the world and the genesis of people, which is all from melanin. So you need to know that information because everything else applies to it. The devil comes from that, Everything that we think that we've been taught by modern, quote unquote, modern uncivilization and languages and all that, it's all going back to there. So, like your words even. The word soot for you from Webster's dictionary, they're going to say that is the black substance left over after a fire. The synonym for ash, and I'm not reading this, I'm just telling you it. Okay, so, and if you looked up scientifically, it would probably tell you the carbon residue of a living natural thing. That's a third scientific definition. You're not going to find that though. So, not on the net, you're not. I mean, maybe if you, went to a college or something and was studying pure science as chemistry, maybe they would tell you that, but they probably won't even tell you like that. Okay, so anyway, you need to know all of that because everything else hinges on that information. If you don't know the basics of Egyptian mythology, which is only metaphors for energies of how this world operates, then you don't know the truth of anything. Egypt has been villainized. It has been, in the minds of everyone, it has been turned into an uncivilized civilization when it was the highest level of civilization, even more than, way more than what we have here, because what we have here is just a very low vibrational, unloving, antagonistic, hateful, competitive, fake capitalism, all centered on money, broken existence. Women being debased, degraded, used, stepped on as objects, used for gratification, exploited by money, when they are the energies of creation. They are the progenitors of everyone. Anyway, you get the point, okay? So let me just go through these points very quickly. You do need to know that history, that truth. So, point number 1 is that the ingredients of the universe is what you learn in kindergarten, and that would be colors, shapes, numbers, pictures. And the thing that you're not told is the electromagnetic field of your mind. That is the glue that creates reality. Okay, put that card on the table. So, knowing what I just said, if a color is an ingredient of the universe, which that means that it has power, it's emitting an energy, and it has an identity. And you can use it for something. Now, what do you know in these so-called modern times the color red represents? There's always a duality too. It can represent anger or it can represent love. In the middle, it's representing passion. Now, which direction are we going? Are we going in the negative vibration or the higher vibration? Higher vibration is love. Negative vibration would be anger. It also represents power. There's a duality. Are you using the power to get something done that is helpful, or are you using the power to get something done that is unhelpful and hurtful? So, now that I've made those examples, the shoes that Dorothy wears represent power, represent her own power. So, and at the end, she figured out that she had the power all along. They were the root, her roots. What are your roots? Your ancestors. That's your power. The power from them flows through you, through your blood. Put that card on the table and remember that this is not scripted. I'm just talking. I'm not going to say a lot. Point number 2, you need to know Osiris. Osiris is an Egyptian deity. He's a melanin god. I'm going to just start saying that. He's a melanin god. And his color is green. On temple walls, he is green. The energies that he governs are anything related to life, birth, death, destruction. But there's no death. There's only rebirth, reincarnation. What kind of things relate to that? The seasons. That means his energy governs the seasons. And what do we have in seasons? Fall, summer, winter, spring, right? In winter, things seem like they die, but they don't. They come back alive, right? That's the rebirth. What else do we have in weather and in seasons? We have tropical storms, snowstorms, sometimes earthquakes, volcanoes. All of those are destructive, but at the same time, energies of rebirth. Because you have to destroy something to have it be born. You got to break an egg. The egg has to get broken for the chick to come out, right? The mother's womb has to be broken for the birth to happen, right? Put that card on the table. He's green, but his color is green. Now think about what color was the Wizard of Oz? What color was his palace? It was green. What color did he wear? It was green. What is he representing? Osiris. He's representing the power of Osiris, which is the power to control everything. Put that card on the table. The letter O, many times when you have the letter O, it's representing Osiris. I have seen a pattern in that. Odun, Odin, Oz, Osiris, possibly Ogun, I'm not sure. There's other names. Nomo. I would have to look on a paper I do not have all the names in my head, the names for Osiris. There's a lot of them. One of the codes for Osiris is the letter O, and another one is the letter Z or the letter S, which both of those are the same thing. And so what does that mean? One of those is a form of trickery by the people that run, that have created this matrix of control over the world. When the Council of Nicaea is the only reference that I can glean from the net that is commonly known to people that have a level of consciousness and understand about governments. So the Council of Nicaea is basically a power group of priests that know the ancient knowledge of the universe from Egypt, and they rewrote it over a few hundred years. They came up with the concept of religion. They came up with the concept of Jesus, all based on Egyptian truth. And they came up with the concept of the effery of the English language. So the letter S and the letter Z are very synonymous. So when you have the letter Z, that should relate to also Osiris. I'm just showing you a pattern. Lazarus is another name for Osiris. And that information is directly from Bobby Hemmett. And I made the connection with the Z. Okay. Osiris. I've looked up a lot of his names. I can't say it now. I have to look it up again to read it. But a lot of his other names have the letter Z in it. And then, bingo, I figured out. Oh, Oz, O-Z, is representing Osiris. And that's why you got this person faking the funk as a doctor, and his name is Oz, and that's not his real name. That's a stage name using the energy of Osiris. Put that card on the table. So we talked about the color green. We talked about the word Oz. We talked about the color red of her shoes. Now, again, I'm not going to, I'm talking off the top of my head. And I do love this movie. This is a movie I could watch again right now. However, you cannot even though the movie there's no copyright on it now. You can't get it on, I think there's no copyright because I think after 50 years, a copyright's finished. But, you can't even find the full movie, the real full movie on YouTube.